Have you ever asked yourself how you're using your time? Time is a priceless asset we all possess, yet it's often wasted on things that don't truly add value to our lives. Most people are caught up in the relentless cycle of work, stressed about unfinished projects, endless meetings, and the pressure of unmet goals. This leads to a troubling reality. Many lose the ability to consciously recognize how they are spending every precious moment of their lives. In today's fast-paced society, under the pressure of work and constant demands, life becomes a hurried and meaningless routine for many. We get swept into the whirlwind of tasks and responsibilities, forgetting to take time for ourselves and our loved ones. The big question is, why do we so easily let time slip by without realizing its true value? The inability to manage and utilize time effectively results in an imbalance between work and life, leading to unhappiness and even seriously affecting our health. In a world where everything seems to revolve around work and productivity, we tend to overlook other crucial aspects of life, such as family, health, and personal passions. Statistics show that many people are battling burnout and chronic stress due to work pressures. This not only drains their motivation, but also pushes them into exhaustion, leaving them disconnected from themselves. The truth is, many of us are caught in a busy routine without realizing that we are wasting time on things that aren't truly meaningful. Instead of dedicating time to what really matters, we often get stuck in trivial tasks and repetitive work that doesn't bring satisfaction. This lack of control has created a society where people feel exhausted, lost, and unable to find true happiness. Time is the most valuable resource we all possess. Yet ironically, most of us are spending it on things that don't truly add value. Many people postpone joy and meaning in life in exchange for short-term goals or societal expectations. This turns them into slaves of time rather than using it wisely and effectively. Managing time is not just about scheduling, it's about developing and maintaining good habits, knowing what your true priorities are, and focusing on personal growth. As Brian Tracy once said, time is the currency you spend every day. You decide whether to spend it on happiness or regret. So, the key to living a fulfilled life is not in how much time we have, but in how we use every moment we are given. In this article, I will share valuable insights from top successful individuals on how to optimize and make the most of your time. These strategies and methods will not only help you manage your time more effectively, but also allow you to focus on the important goals, achieve work-life balance, and find joy and real meaning in every moment. Through this, you'll realize that living a fulfilled life is not an unreachable goal, as long as you know how to focus on the right priorities and give importance to what truly matters. Time is a non-renewable resource. Once it passes, it never comes back. Imagine you have a special bank account that deposits 86,400 units of currency every day. You can spend this money on anything you like, but whatever you don't use by the end of the day disappears and the account resets the next morning. What would you do? Naturally, you'd try to spend that money as wisely as possible. Time is just like that currency. Every day gives us 86,400 seconds, a finite amount. However, unlike money, when time vanishes, you can never replenish it. Unfortunately, many people only realize the importance of time when they're about to lose it. Countless stories show us that successful people aren't those who have more time, but those who know how to make the most of every second. They understand that the difference between success and failure lies in how one manages their time. So it's essential for us to grasp the meaning of each moment and strive to use time effectively to create real value. Let me share with you the story of someone who spent a lifetime waiting. Take Jay, a typical man in modern society, always waiting for a better tomorrow, but never truly living for today. Jay started life with positive thoughts and bright plans. When I graduate, I'll start living. But after getting his degree, he thought, when I get a stable job, I'll live my dream life. Then, when Jay secured that job, he poured all his energy into earning money and building a career, promising himself, when I buy a house and have a car, I'll be happy. But the house and car brought only fleeting joy. He kept postponing happiness to some future moment. When I have enough money to retire, then I'll start truly living. But by the time Jay reached that point, he was too tired and weak to do anything. His entire life had been wasted in vague promises and constant procrastination. In the end, what he felt was emptiness and regret. Now let's talk about the impact of time on life and health. Scientific research shows that heart attacks are most likely to occur on Monday mornings when people return to jobs they don't truly enjoy. Stress and dissatisfaction in the workplace not only lower productivity, but are also key factors in serious health issues like high blood pressure, stomach problems, and even heart disease. This proves that poor time management can reduce the quality of life and harm your health over the long term. Imagine standing in front of a mirror and looking at your future self. Do you want to see someone smiling with satisfaction for what they've achieved, or someone with sad eyes, regretting all the things they never did? That's the powerful impact time management can have. When you know how to allocate your time wisely, your life becomes fuller and more meaningful. Imagine you're standing on a long train, and every day, this train takes you to a new station. If you just sit still, watching the scenery pass by, you'll miss the chance to experience the amazing things life has to offer. Get off that train, enjoy every moment, and make each day meaningful. Don't let your life become a series of days spent waiting for good things to happen without ever really taking action. Successful people understand this well. They don't postpone joy for a distant future. Instead, they seize every moment in the present to do meaningful things. Every morning, they wake up with a clear goal and start working on something they're passionate about. They don't let their lives drift away in vagueness and procrastination. That's why it's so important to value every moment and use your time wisely, turning each day into a day worth living. And now I want to move on to a key concept, the mindset and habits of successful people when it comes to managing time. One of the fundamental strategies top entrepreneurs and leaders rely on is what's known as the rule of 3 key tasks. According to Brian Tracy, one of the foremost experts on productivity and time management, this rule states that in any job or project, only 3 tasks are responsible for 90% of its value. People who don't understand this principle often fall into the trap of being busy without being productive, trying to do everything without knowing what really matters. As a result, they easily burn out without achieving any significant accomplishments. Brian Tracy has emphasized that your effectiveness is determined not by the number of tasks you do, but by how well you perform a few high-value tasks. Therefore, identifying and focusing on the 3 most important tasks is a key factor in long-term success. So, how do we identify these crucial tasks? The first step is to make a list of all the tasks you do in a week. Take some time to record everything you do, from answering emails and attending meetings to working on long-term projects. Be honest with yourself and list every small task. The next step is to identify the 3 tasks that have the greatest impact on your results. Once you have a complete list, analyze each task based on 3 criteria. Value, what value does this task bring? Importance, how critical is it to your goals? And time, how much time will it take to complete? Then, select the 3 tasks that have the highest impact on your overall results and are most likely to help you achieve your long-term goals. Finally, focus all your time and energy on those 3 tasks. Once you've identified your 3 golden tasks, concentrate all your effort on completing them to the best of your ability. Eliminate or delegate unnecessary tasks to ensure that you're not distracted. This focused effort on core tasks will enable you to achieve exceptional results without overworking yourself. Now, let me share a lesson from 2 of the most successful people in the world, Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. One of the most famous stories about the importance of focus is told by these 2 men. At a small gathering, when asked about the key to their success, both of them, along with Bill Gates' father, responded with a single word: focus. It's this unwavering focus that has propelled them to heights most people can only dream of. While running large companies, both Buffett and Gates prioritize eliminating distractions and focusing only on the most important tasks. They never try to do many things at once. Instead, they choose a few critical tasks and pour their full attention into them. This approach allows them to make the most of their resources and achieve optimal efficiency. Focusing isn't just about choosing the right task to do. It's also about letting go of what doesn't matter. One of Warren Buffett's long-standing habits is the no rule, saying yes only to opportunities he truly believes will create the most value. This helps him stay focused and avoid being pulled into projects or plans that could distract him. Now let's talk about the Eat That Frog rule, a well-known concept popularized by Brian Tracy in his book of the same name. The principle emphasizes that you should tackle the hardest task first thing in the morning. The image of eating the frog represents those tasks you tend to procrastinate on, the ones you don't want to face, but that have the biggest impact on your productivity. Research shows that our focus and energy peak in the morning after a night of rest. This makes it the ideal time to handle complex tasks requiring high levels of concentration. When you complete your big frog early in the day, the sense of relief and accomplishment you feel will carry over, motivating you to take on other tasks. By applying the Eat That Frog rule, you'll stop feeling overwhelmed when facing difficult tasks. Instead, each day will start with a sense of control and mastery over your work. This will also help you avoid procrastination, one of the main causes of inefficiency. But it's not just about productivity. It's also about how we define success and happiness. Many people believe success means completing every task on their list and reaching all their goals. However, successful people understand that true success isn't just about the end result. It's about feeling proud and satisfied when you've accomplished the most important goals for yourself. Success is about harmony between your goals and personal values, between your effort and the joy you find in your work. Happiness and work performance are closely linked. When you're happy, you tend to work more effectively. And when you achieve success in your work, the sense of accomplishment fuels positive energy and confidence. It's a cycle where both factors feed into one another. Successful people don't seek happiness at some distant finish line. They know how to enjoy each step of their journey. They find joy in the process of pursuing their goals, not just in the satisfaction of reaching the final result. So, real success is when you can live fully in each moment, balancing work with the simple pleasures in life. This translation keeps a smooth, connected flow, as if the speaker is leading the audience through a well-structured talk. Let me know if you'd like to continue or make any adjustments. The first and most fundamental step in any effective time management strategy is to clearly define your goals. Ask yourself, what is most important to me? And what results do I want to achieve? Once you have a clear goal, every decision related to time becomes easier because you will know what needs to be done and what should be eliminated. Let's start with setting short-term and long-term goals. Short-term goals. These are what you want to achieve within a short period, a week, a month. These goals should be specific and measurable. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, a short-term goal could be exercise 4 times a week for 30 minutes each session. Long-term goals. These are what you want to achieve over a longer period, a year, 5 years, or even a lifetime. These goals are typically more directional and have a broader impact. For example, build a sustainable business within the next 5 years. Breaking long-term goals into short-term steps gives you a sense of accomplishment at each stage, creating motivation to keep pursuing the larger goal. Once we have our goals, it's important to categorize tasks by importance and urgency using the Eisenhower matrix. The Eisenhower matrix is a powerful tool that helps you categorize and prioritize tasks. This matrix divides tasks into 4 main categories: important and urgent. These are tasks that must be handled immediately, such as crises or deadlines. These tasks should be your top priority. Important but not urgent. These are tasks that add great value but don't have an immediate deadline. They include personal development and long-term planning. Make time for these tasks before they become urgent. Not important but urgent. These are tasks that need to be done right away but don't significantly affect your long-term goals, like replying to emails or attending unnecessary meetings. Consider delegating these tasks if possible. Not important and not urgent. These are tasks that you should either eliminate or minimize, such as mindlessly browsing social media or watching too much TV. By applying this matrix, you'll be able to prioritize important tasks and eliminate time-wasting distractions. Another effective strategy is the Pomodoro technique, a time management method that breaks your work into 25-minute intervals. The Pomodoro technique is simple yet effective. The idea is to break your work into small time blocks, usually 25 minutes, called Pomodoros, with short breaks in between, around 5 minutes. Here's how to apply the Pomodoro technique. Choose a task you want to complete. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Focus entirely on the task for that period without interruption. After a Pomodoro, 25 minutes, take a short 5-minute break. After 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break, 15 to 30 minutes. This technique is particularly effective because it creates a sense of urgency, helping you stay focused and avoid procrastination. The short breaks after each Pomodoro also help maintain alertness and reduce fatigue. Finally, let's talk about the concept of golden hours, the time of day when your energy and focus are at their peak. The golden hours refer to the period when you are most energetic and able to concentrate at your highest level. Everyone has their own optimal window for creativity and productivity. Some may find this time in the early morning, while others may perform best late at night. To identify your golden hours, try tracking your energy levels and focus over several days. Note when you feel the most energized and productive, and reserve this time for your most important tasks. Make sure to protect this period from external distractions such as emails, meetings, or phone notifications. One of the most important skills in time management is knowing how to say no to requests that are irrelevant or do not contribute to your goals. Saying no isn't easy, especially when we want to help others or fear being judged. However, when you say yes to everything, you lose control over your time. To maintain focus and protect time for important tasks, you need to learn how to refuse gracefully and confidently. For instance, if you're invited to an unnecessary meeting, you can say, "Thank you for inviting me, but right now I'm focused on another important project. If there are any materials from the meeting, I'd be happy to review them and contribute afterward." Now let's talk about the chunking method, breaking down and grouping tasks. Chunking is the technique of breaking large tasks into smaller, manageable parts and grouping them by common themes. When you divide a large project into smaller steps, it feels less overwhelming, and you can tackle each part more effectively. For example, if you need to write a lengthy report, instead of thinking about completing the entire report at once, break it down into sections like outlining, researching, writing each chapter, and editing. As you complete each smaller task, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment and gain motivation to continue. Next, we have the 80-20 principle, Pareto principle, which can drastically improve how we manage our time. The 80-20 principle, also known as the Pareto principle, indicates that 80% of results come from 20% of the most important efforts. This means not all tasks are of equal value. Spend time identifying the 20% of work that generates the majority of results and focus on those tasks. One of the most important skills in time management is knowing how to say no to requests that are unrelated or do not contribute to your goals. Refusing is not easy, especially when we want to help others or fear being judged. However, when you say yes to every request, you lose control over your time. To stay focused and protect your time for important tasks, you need to learn how to decline gracefully and confidently. For example, if you're invited to an unnecessary meeting, you could say, "Thank you for the invitation, but I am currently focusing on an important project. If there are any materials from the meeting, I would be happy to read and contribute later." Now let's explore the chunking method, which is a technique that divides large tasks into smaller, more manageable parts and groups them by common themes. When you break a large project into smaller steps, it feels less daunting and you can tackle each part more effectively. For instance, if you need to write a lengthy report, instead of thinking about completing the entire report in one go, break it down into parts such as outlining, researching information, writing each chapter, and editing. As you complete each small section, you'll feel satisfied and gain motivation to continue. Next, I'd like to introduce you to the 80-20 principle, also known as the Pareto principle, which states that 80% of results come from 20% of the most important efforts. This means not all tasks hold equal value. Spend time identifying the 20% of tasks that produce the majority of results and focus on those. For example, in sales, 20% of customers bring in 80% of revenue. In time management, 20% of tasks have the most significant impact on your goals. Therefore, instead of trying to do everything, identify the crucial 20% of tasks and devote time to them. Now let's delve into the psychology of happiness and success and discuss how to avoid the trap of living to work. In the relentless race to achieve success, many people easily fall into the trap of living to work instead of working to live. This imbalance not only affects our physical health, but also profoundly impacts our mental well-being and personal happiness. So how can we avoid this trap and find true happiness in life? In this section, we will explore some psychological factors of happiness and how to maintain a balance between work and life. To begin, I encourage you to think about death as a means to live more meaningfully. For many, thinking about death is taboo and evokes fear. However, in reality, awareness of life's finiteness can serve as a powerful motivator to live more meaningfully. A simple yet powerful question is, what would you do if you only had 6 months left to live? When faced with the limitation of time, we are forced to carefully consider what truly matters in our lives. Tasks that seem trivial gradually lose their priority, making way for activities and relationships of deeper value. We come to see that rather than dedicating all our time to work, true joy and happiness come from spending time with loved ones and engaging in experiences that genuinely bring positive emotions. Now let me share the power of positive thinking. In the research conducted by Sean Akor, a leading psychologist in happiness, he demonstrated that happiness is not the result of success. Rather, it is the cause of success. Contrary to the common belief that I will be happy when I succeed, this research shows that individuals with a positive mindset and happiness first tend to be more creative, productive, and make better decisions at work. This means that instead of waiting for happiness to arrive after achieving a specific goal, we should cultivate happiness during the work process. One way to do this is to change your perspective on work. Instead of viewing it as a burden or a task to complete, consider the opportunities it presents for learning and personal growth. Nurturing a positive mindset will help you overcome obstacles more easily and bring a sense of satisfaction even when work is still in progress. As we continue, let's address how to avoid the trap of, "and then I will be happy." The "and then" story is a classic example of the procrastination of happiness. Many people live with the thought, "when I achieve X, I will be happy." For example, "when I get promoted, I will be happy. When I become wealthy, I will be happy. When I retire, I will live my dream life." However, in reality, when we achieve a goal, our brains automatically switch to a state of "and then" with the next goal. This creates an endless loop, preventing us from ever feeling truly satisfied. Instead of falling into this trap, learn to find joy in each moment of the present. Practicing gratitude is an effective method to do this. Spend a few minutes each day reflecting on what you are grateful for in life, health, family, and small successes at work. This will help you appreciate what you have and create a foundation for lasting happiness. I want to emphasize the importance of living in the present. Many people spend a significant amount of their time living in the past or worrying about the future. But if we think carefully, true happiness only exists in the present moment. You cannot change what has happened, and you cannot fully control what is to come. The only thing you can do is focus on what is happening around you and fully enjoy every moment of your life. A classic story illustrating this is that of a Japanese samurai. When asked about the secret of his fighting skills, he simply replied, "When I wield my sword, I think only of the sword. When I eat rice, I think only of the rice." This simple yet profound response encapsulates the essence of living fully in the present. To implement this, start practicing mindfulness. Focus on each activity you are doing, whether it is sipping a cup of coffee or listening to a favorite song. Do not let distracting thoughts scatter your attention. When you are fully present in each moment, you will feel more peaceful and happier. Last but not least, create a work-life balance. This doesn't mean that you have to divide your time equally between everything, but rather, you know what is a priority at different times. Organize your time to make sure that you have enough space for work, family, and personal interests. When you feel in harmony with these aspects, you will realize that you don't have to work so hard to prove your worth. Through this article, we have explored the principles of time management and valuable lessons from successful individuals. Here are the key points that you need to remember and apply. First and foremost, time is the most valuable asset that each person possesses. It is essential that we know how to utilize it to bring real value to our lives. Next, I urge you to identify your priorities and core goals. Focus on the tasks that have the most significant impact and eliminate or delegate unnecessary tasks. Apply the rule of 3 key tasks to ensure that you are not caught up in trivial activities. Now let's talk about developing habits of focus and eliminating distractions. The "eat that frog" rule and the lessons on focus from Warren Buffett and Bill Gates demonstrate that tackling the most challenging tasks first will yield a sense of confidence and control. And I also encourage you to employ effective time management strategies such as the Eisenhower Matrix, the Pomodoro Technique, and the 80-20 principle to optimize your productivity and make the most of every moment in your day. Moreover, it is crucial to live with purpose and maintain a balance between work and life. Reflect on what is truly important to you and dedicate time to your loved ones and to yourself. Don't let your life revolve solely around work and forget the simple joys that bring lasting happiness. Additionally, nurturing a positive mindset is vital. Happiness is not a destination. It is a state of mind that you can create in every moment. When you have a positive attitude, every task becomes lighter and more meaningful. Now let me issue a call to action. Don't wait any longer. Stop wasting time and begin making small changes starting today. Success and happiness do not reside in distant grand achievements. They begin with small yet meaningful adjustments in your daily habits. I challenge you to create a list of the 3 most important tasks for today and complete them first. Start by implementing simple rules like "eat that frog" or "golden hour" to channel your energy into larger goals. With just a slight shift in how you manage your time, you will notice a significant difference in how you live and work. Remember, your time is limited, so don't waste it. Stop procrastinating on what you've always wanted to do and start taking action. Each day is a new opportunity for you to get closer to the life you dream of. Live fully, not just to work, but to enjoy and create memorable moments. Time is an incredibly valuable resource, but it is also one that is easily wasted. Successful people are not those who have more time. They are the ones who know how to use their time efficiently and wisely. So, I invite you to become one of them by applying the principles of time management and developing good habits to achieve a successful and happy life. Start today. There's no better time than now to change and live the life you truly desire. Yeah,